Should be fine. What could possibly go wrong, right? Just a second. My Discord needs to boot up.
Gato, why do you keep leaving?
Why is Keter left?
Right. Am I all right?
We were about to start volley.
Yeah, I'm on PC now. Is everything good? Hearable? Fine?
Hello.
All right, that
We
should
hear
be
you
good.
well. We hear you loud and clear.
I hear you
Gato,
loud and clear as well.
when you return, I think it might be better for you to leave the stage.
Should we? I'm like quite literally like the share your screen button is probably because yours is already streaming. That's probably a good point.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I won't even risk that. I think this is already quite a risk what I'm doing now. But I'm on the good Wi-Fi, so you know
Chill. Just chill.
that good Wi-Fi is good. So you know it should be fine. I hope. I think.
I am not on comms.
Is
He is
Keato-
simply
Yeah,
streaming,
there he
so-
is. There he
Okay,
is.
yeah, Kiato left the PC now.
There we
Okay,
go.
there we go. Quick
I
fix
haven't
deliveries.
crashed out in the lobby yet, so that's a good sign. And if the lobby crashed in a lag storm, whoops. Shit happens, I guess.
Lana SCR. Kubrick Wesley. Craft Crunk. Can do your push. Otherwise in the store.
Okay, right.
And Goose.
Here we are. In
Qualifying.
the qualifying session here in Malaysia, I am joined by Corvid. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
You did that quite well. He can say hello, so you can probably also commentate.
Yeah.
Which is-
Maybe a little bit of a help from, from previous experience in this league, but all the while, this is a completely new track. And
Well, no,
it's
it
got
isn't.
its own challenges.
it's-
Oh, was it? It's
it's-
in
it's-
CL,
it's-
was it?
It's a bass track, so I don't know. No, since season 6 we definitely didn't see. I probably should. I just realized that I have my OBS volume all the way down, so people won't hear you. Can you speak?
Hello.
Right, I probably should turn this
Ooh,
up.
single qualifying. It's Kubo and Isto in the front row.
Right, Cubo puts it on pole, Isto right behind, Kraft in third, fourth is Quetzley, fifth is Rosine, sixth is Cato, seventh Mart Andres, eighth is Chevy, ninth is Eurus, 10th Cater, 11th we have Dr. Known, or Niels as we also know him, 12th is Manimar, 13th Suist, 14 Goose, 15 Tomatoes, Juan is in 16th, Kronk in 17th, Cato 18th, and Watchtech in 19th. I hope I pronounced Watchtech correctly.
Ooh,
People
Kato
won't
with a
really-
bit of an error in quali.
People probably won't have seen that quality because I was fixing the volume, which hopefully is good now, but I'm not sure if it
That's
is
fair enough.
because I had because of JV recordings, I had the volume all the way turned down, so you just
Yeah, that's
weren't
fair.
hearable. So people haven't heard you say hello, which is just
That's a shame. That's
that is a
unfortunate.
shame. It was a good hello. All right, we're getting ready now to go racing.
First race of the season. We've got a full wet sprint coming up.
Who are you expecting to see on the podium?
Kubo is starting at the front row, and I feel like he's got a bit of confidence on this track, so I feel like if he avoids the drama of turn 1, he might be able to run away. Big notice on Kiato, right at the back of the grid as well as we get underway here in Sepang.
Kubo gets away well. Isto is right behind. The chaos will probably unfold here. Chevy gets a penalty. Ooh, big pack here of
Ooh,
dying, just
big off,
dying cars mainly.
Big off right
a lot of
behind
people
Kato, Eurus and Razim off as well.
did see that. Yeah. Razim and Chevy now going side by side. It's a bit of a 3 battle there. Eurus at the front of that, at the helm. At the front, we do see Kubo now. Quetzley and Isto will be battling for that P2 position as the first lap will come to an end. Kraft and Catter, will they look to get an eye in on that podium battle? Wetzley makes a big mistake, goes way to the inside of turn 1. Kraft will now be on his till, ready to grab 3rd place if he gets the chance. Wetzley, however, will also not hesitate to take that P2 away from Isto.
Ooh.
Great 3-way battle for P2 here. We'll be battling. What's happening in the back there, Corvid?
Big run wide from Chevrolet there, and he's sitting right at the edges of the points as well. We've got a big pack hounding 7th and 8th at the moment. About 5 or 6 cars behind Razim and Chevy. Zerus puts in the fastest lap of the race so far.
Great stuff from him. This pack here is dying down. Urus and Catter are just going to that pack for 3rd, looking to challenge for a podium. Cubo is running away, currently about 3 seconds ahead of the rest. Yeah, great stuff all around from him. Urus now grabbing P4 away from Kraft. Really runs to the inside there of Isto. I stole these words, Isto, however we want to call him.
Oof, another fast lap too.
Yeah.
To be wary of Kada now in P6. Made a bit of a mistake there. Could be vulnerable to Goose as well. Ooh, big shunt off by Urus there. Got his line interrupted by Isto, and he's run to the next pack now. Leading the next pack as opposed to being in the fight for that P2.
What a shame for him. He's not too far back. If Isto and Kraft... Oh, my lord, I did see that pit wall
big shove.
incident. I saw that. Yeah, Jesus, just in the back of the screen. That is... we're going to see an unhappy Urus at the end of this. What happened? Whoa, that's a
Oh no, big lag rocket.
Black Storm even. Everyone's dying. Oops. That's not ideal. Oh, and we're back.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Suist in P2. No, okay, it was just settling. Suist in P2. That would have been very wild. Yeah.
We're still in front by
Piatto,
a big gap.
DNF.
Piatto leaving, DNFing on his first CL race as a main driver too.
Cheapers. Cano and Suist, the French teammates, currently battling it out for P7, or just slipstreaming each other, I'm not sure. Mark Andries will be looking to interrupt that nice little Sunday stroll for the 2 drivers soon. If
especially since they're hanging on to the very back of the points. Remember that in sprint, we only give points for the top 8. So those 2 PRO drivers should be cooperative to each other and try not to get in each other's way. Really hard to do so on this track though.
Cubo also having taken fastest lap, which means that currently in the sprint, the Raikar Autos are taking the maximum amount of points possible.
Well,
These are...
true.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, especially now with Kubo taking that fastest lap as well.
Yeah!
Oh my god, big off by Urus there. But unfortunately, he's now running in P10, and he's a fair way from the points now, as Mart is still trying to catch those PROs in front of him. We've got Goose running his own race in P6. We've got Razim as well in P5, just sort of hanging in there, trying to keep that pace ongoing as Kubo starts lap 9, and we enter the last third of this race now.
I apologize for that. I got interrupted there a little bit. Dinner is ready apparently, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Kraft and Isto still battling it out for the podium position. Kraft may be looking at a podium for Heritage Performance here, trying to overtake Isto in the team that I don't know. He did run into the gravel. He's not going to take the podium
Isto
soon.
is in the Nordic Blizzard.
He is in the Nordic Blizzard. Cool.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember correctly at all. I'm not that smart. A lot of good battles in the back as well.
Maybe his teammate Razim as well could get into that fight for P3. He's not too far away now.
He absolutely could. Kraft and Isto, the gap has increased a little bit, and Isto and Kraft just nibbling the gravel there. As Razim is now looking to grab that position away from Kraft. He's getting really close. Could he be able to do it? He might not. I think for now he's slipstreaming Kraft, as you can see him slowing off a little bit on the straight. Or maybe just because that's not a place to overtake. Nobody knows.
Going into the final 2 laps now, and it's going to Andreas with that big gap is perhaps going to hold on to the points now, as Sawasat has fallen off quite a bit. Urist and Chevy chasing in 10th and 11th. We've got Kata fighting against Dr. Known in 12th and 13th.
Oh, Mart made a big mistake. He went onto the grass. Mart, of course. Oh, and there he goes into gravel again. Nice one, Mart.
Oh, no.
What a driver, indeed, losing
Yeah,
to both of the French boys.
Suasa back into P8. There might be a spicy fight for this final points-paying position as they enter the final lap. Sorry, Kubo is already halfway through, 7
he's about
seconds
to
in
finish.
front in first. Yeah.
Through the final corner, and to win the sprint, Kubo weaves on the straight, absolute in dominant fashion. He wins. God damn.
Very quick. Very quick.
6 seconds out of the competition.
Right, but
Guetzli
Guetzli does
round
make
off
it
the podium.
maximum points for Riker Auto. And it's very tight. Ooh, dang. Swasset ends up getting P6. And Mars gets P8, and Game On Goose, after being in the top 8 the whole race, loses it out right at the end.
Mart Andrews truly in shambles.
Oh, but he still got the points, though. He got the 1 point for 8th.
Yeah, but he did lose out to 2 French people.
That is true. Just
Right.
less than 2 seconds separating 6th from 10th there. Very tight battle.
How cool. Oh, we have to wait for Kiato, who isn't gonna finish.
Either way, we've got
He's on
Kubo
lap
first.
5. You can do Kiato. He's on lap 5. Mart Andrews
Right.
chatting during countdown. What the hell? Penalize them both. Send them to oblivion or whatever. Goose as well, he should
saying
know
that
better.
He got P6 there.
My lord.
We
Look
didn't
at
really get a
Kiato.
solid view of that.
Look at this empty Kiato screen. He's gonna get hindered by this. Come on, guys. You should know better.
Alright. Well, let us down with that rundown.
Kubo and Guetzli finish 1-2 for Riker Auto, with Kubo also getting fastest lap, maximum points for the 2 drivers. Isto and Razim, Nordic Blizzard, are going to be right behind them. For the rest of the grid, we have Kraft, Suist, Kado, Mart Andries, Game On Goose, Urist, Chevy, Dr. Known, Kader, Matty Mar, Watchtech, Juan, Krunk, Tomatoes, and Kiato. Right. Go.
Righto. Let me get my HDMI plugged in.
So, main points in the sprint, Kubo winning in dominant fashion, Riker Auto getting maximum points with a 1-2 and fastest lap.
Holy
We
crap.
got PRO getting double points, and we've got Nordic Blizzard also getting double points.
That's not half bad. Right, COVID sound check.
Hello?
Yep, good on. Righto. Eurus, you can stop the stream if you'd like to. Do I need to CC? I assume I might. Right. Tell me if you can see that. Hopefully.
Loading up. There we go.
Right. COVID, it's a pleasure to be in commentary with you today. Let me choose the best car. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. Oh shit, we've got people leaving. Why?
I don't know.
They hit my commentary.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, lovely. Matty Mar, the flying pole, looking to get pole, just as the last race the Polish guy did. Didn't he? Kubo, wasn't he fast?
He's pretty fast.
He is pretty quick. Right, Kubo has gone pole. Thank you, Gwet.
He got pole, he got fast slap, and he got the sprint win. Can he sweep the
Kraf, if
first
you can hear
race of the season?
Kraf, if you can hear someone's game audio, it might be mine, since I am streaming the race. That is how it works. Hi, Kubo.
You could also just not have the stream open and just listen to people.
Yeah, you can
That is
even
an option.
turn the stream volume down. Yeah. Okay. So,
So next time, guys, don't mute the SLO because Kiato shouldn't have been in that race to begin with, and I couldn't say anything.
You can join. No one muted you. You are
Yeah.
a stage moderator. You
Yeah,
can join
but
by
when
yourself.
you guys change to like race mode, I get suppressed and I can't speak again.
you can click join. Speak
I can't
button.
click when I'm racing.
Oh, okay. Then just stay here.
I think something was wrong with those results. I don't know for how many spots, but definitely for where we were.
Well, we've got a recording.
Yeah,
we do have a recording, so we can
we'll
check
check
that
later.
out
Is
later.
is that to do with that new time finishing thing, maybe, or just just
I'm not
random
sure.
mistake?
So far, to be honest, it's been fun for me.
It has, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It
same.
must have been just a coincidence that it happened today.
Yes, maybe so. All right,
Can
yeah,
always
let's
take
do
that
that
up to the
afterwards.
FIA, of course.
Okay, it's qualifying time. Let me get the recording going. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Challenger League feature race. We had an exciting sprint, which you may have just watched, hopefully, in which Raikar Auto absolutely dominated Kubo, taking
Hold
pole
on,
position.
I gotta... Whoa, I'm out of the lobby. Fuck, get me back in here.
Okay,
Shit.
do we
Oh, you're
re
not.
or join after quali?
Do we re? We definitely re.
How did that...
No one's gotten a lap in.
Jesus Christ.
Race host's official decision, if he feels like that.
Oh,
We might have a game on Goose starting from the back of the grid. We'll see the drivers as they cross the line to finish their first lap of qualifying. I stole these words, currently
Ooh.
sitting on provisional pole position at 29.05. Nobody's dipped into the sub-29s. We're expecting pole to definitely be in there in Ultimate League. Nearly said it's all
bit of a bad lap from Kubo and Sawasud in particular.
Yes, Kubo 15th. I think that was almost definitely... I'm not sure how you get slipstream in qualifying, guys. I'm a bit baffled on that one. Kubo definitely not a representative lap time there, but I'm sure we'll see him fly to the top here. Yeah, 6th place for him. Okay.
Better.
Nobody's picked Isto to the pole so far. Do you reckon they'll do it?
Ooh, it would be tight. I think Razim might have a sub 29 in him.
Razim driving
Kubo as
for the-
well,
This
if he can
one
get a
has
lap
had
together.
some great qualies in the past already.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Razim and Andrews driving for the defending Constructors Champions in Ultimate League, their 15th, and wherever Razim is currently. Razim
Ooh.
goes on to pole. Kubo
Razim.
beats him, 28.90 for the pole on pole. Brilliant
There
stuff,
you
that.
go.
We did see it. Nice one. man.
Chevrolet in 5th place as well.
That's pretty solid.
Ada gets onto the 4th row.
So Kubo, our only man in the sub-29s, he takes a 28.90, a lap that he would probably be pleased with in Ultimate League quali, but might like to go faster than that. Nobody else in the sub-29s. Razim and Isto for Nordic Blizzard, 2nd and 3rd. It was Callow behind them for PRO, then Chevrolet and Kraft taking a 3rd row there. Callow ahead of Urist, Gwetsley and Andries for the new Ford Kit Kat Racing team, qualifying in the top 10, as was his teammate Tomatoes right behind him, then Kyato in 12th. Suicide and Matimar, Crunk and Juan, and Wojtek at the back. Scooter Command and not good quality.
Poems,
You're-
I gotta know. I gotta find. Okay. Ciao.
You alright?
The crowd is just murmuring.
Yeah, they couldn't
There's
believe
a lot
what
of
they just
Portuguese
scored.
fans here today.
Very interesting.
They can't believe it. Suicide down in 13th. They're expecting him on the podium today, and he'll have to recover through the field to get it.
Andrew's also starting in P10 as well. There might be a bit of trouble starting at the very middle of the pack
Yeah.
with Wetzel.
I mean, if Andrews' team doesn't do well after this season, they might need to take a break.
Perhaps one would be in order.
Interesting. Yeah, wafer thin margins between the teammates there. No, okay, right. Enough of the terrible puns. Time to crack on with the Challenger League feature race to start
Eurus.
off season 9.
Can
Eurus.
you edit the grid?
Whenever you're ready, Eurus, or
what?
whoever else is here.
Can you edit Crunk to the back of the grid, please?
What happened? Oh,
For
right.
his penalty.
Oh,
Why
true,
did he
you're right.
qualify?
Crunky's serving a grid drop for Goose. What was that for?
Oh, can you take a wild guess?
Was it chatting in lobby?
Oh, it certainly was.
Oh, brilliant. Sad
Or
that,
maybe it was good enough to like put some laps in, maybe get his maybe gets a bit more experience in on those tires on the rubber.
If I had a penny for every time that Crunk was DQQ in the last 2 days in a league race, I'd have 2 pennies, which is not a lot, but weird that it's happened twice. Originally in Power League for driving backwards through the pit lane, which is not a criminal offence here in Challenger League. You can do that if you'd like to. Not sure if it's faster, but go for it if you like that approach. Right, are we ready?
Now that wait,
Here we
if
go.
we have ghosted pits.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's not
Ghosted
me.
Pit's coming next week, by the way. But for this week, it's the Challenge League feature race. We're underway here in Malaysia. Crunk gets a slow start. Kubo starts off the front.
Oh my god. I'm on spec mode.
Uh-oh. Rozim and Caddo, second and third for them at the moment. Chevrolet in fourth, and we're getting a bit of lag here.
Big shot of lag.
Big lag. You can restart that host discretion if you feel that affected the race too badly in the rulebook, but he's decided probably not to for the moment. Looks like Kubo ahead of Caddo is the 1 and 2 at the moment. Chevrolet, then Kraft, then Rozim all the way down to 6th position now from the front row of the grid. Caddo took a big bit of grass going through turn 1. Chevrolet and Rozim, Kraft, Uris, and Kada and Gwetzli all behind him fighting over this second position. We've got a huge train as we sweep through the S's into the second and third sectors of the track. Chevrolet a little bit behind this second and third place pack. He's looking to get a podium here in Challenge League if he can. There's going to be a massive pack, nearly 4 wide as they head into the final corner. Uris cuts Kada nearly in the wall, doesn't quite get in the wall in the end there.
Oh, very tight. And a very bad start from the Nordic Blizzards in particular. Razim is now fighting in that mid pack for P2, but Isto is all the way back in P12, just out of the points completely. Had a horrid start.
He qualified, he's lost 9 positions in 2 and a bit laps. That is really not the start you would have wanted, but it is absolutely the start for the pole on pole. He is breaking clear on those medium compound tyres. And then we've got Caddo and Kada, 2 names that I need to not mix up too badly. Chevrolet, then Gwetzli and Uris. Oh, Suicide, Razim and Kraft are big off into that first corner, just cutting the grass on the inside. Then it's Juan behind them, or Jean as I call him. Isto and Andres behind him as well, and it's Matimar and Kiato Tomatoes and Wojtek, and it's Crunk with Goose not taking the start due to issues on the formation lap. The front 3 as they were. Big fight here. Chevrolet covers off the inside, the Spaniard trying to defend from the Portuguese and Swiss men behind him. Swiss rather. They go side by side into the first corner. Can Gwetzli duck up the inside here? He might try to do that. Uris is onto the grass at 2, and Gwetzli trying to go around the outside of Chevy and just not managing it there. The hards versus the softs on lap 5, you'd say that Chevrolet definitely should still have the compound advantage, Gilford.
Should be, for sure. Big start from Kader as well. He was on the 4th row of the grid, and he's been working pretty well with those soft tyres. He might be able to undercut a lot of drivers behind him as well. Chevrolet getting an awkward exit there as a big pack follows him into turn 1.
Yes, and a terrible exit from turn 1 and 2 as well. Gwetzli sweeps clean through there. Then it's Uris and Kraft behind. This is just going to be a pack. No doubt we're going to see an overtake made because there are a lot of different tyres here. 3 hards and a medium and a soft. But they're all just sort of slithering their way. The concertina effect at its finest. Chevrolet just swipes Uris off there. That's probably a slam dunk penalty following the race. Uris tries to dive bomb Razim and takes him into the pit wall. I think Uris was trying to... No, he wasn't trying to go into the pits because he's on the hards. Oh, we get a lag storm now. Right, we're going to have to hope that clears itself up.
Eesh. Oh, this is pretty extreme. This looks very extreme.
Are we
Looks
back?
like we're back.
Oh, we're back.
Okay.
We're
Thankfully.
back. So Chevrolet and Andres have made pit stops on lap 6. Chevrolet coming up P11 on the medium. So maybe
Isto.
Oh, Isto with the DNF. That's very unfortunate. A poor race has been solidified by that DNF.
Absolutely. Kubo, meanwhile, gets a gap out in front. It must be a bit... I mean, Corvid, you've definitely pitted in lag storms before. What's that like as a driver, seeing cars fly sideways through the pit
It's always a tense feeling because you like with the slower speeds on the pit lane, you always worry that you might get blocked off of your
with
pit.
the look on Catter outside,
And it
he's
could
got him to the
potentially,
hairpin.
Oh,
Cost you big.
Oh.
Had it on the inside. Interesting to
good
go for
couple
that move
left.
while also going into the pits at the same time.
and Eurus
That
back
definitely
through on the
cost
man that he
him.
took into the pit wall just a couple laps ago. It's not been a good few laps for Razim. He's sort of 1 for 3 at that final corner over the last sequence of racing. Still looking for the battles here. It's Eurus still following Razim. Then we've got Kraft and we've got Gwetsley and Suicide fighting over 6th and 7th position. These are all hard tyre runners, and we've got Kado and Kraft in on the
got the-
mediums at the moment.
Race leaders heading into the pits. Kubo out on the hard tyres. Hado in
Out.
for the mediums.
Out in first as well. That is the crucial part for Kubo, who looks to have this race in the palm of his hand. That is a really, really big moment for him, actually, because he built up such a gap in that first stint, just as he did in the sprint, of course, because you only get one stint in those, although rumours from the FIA considering extending the sprint to allow a potential tyre stop. Rozim in second place and Eurus in third still haven't pitted, nor has Gwetsley, Chevy and Kado both have. Suicide hasn't, and nor further down the
Razim's
order.
made another mistake, allowing Eurus up into second on that first turn. It's been costly.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I feel like this is all going in the Chevrolet's hand. He's on the fresher tyres. He's made that pit stop.
Look at that
and
move
he's
on Gwetz.
making that undercut really work out for him here.
And again, I think he's forced Razim wide there. It's aggressive driving from the Chevrolet. He just punts. Yeah, that's a series of aggressive moves from Chevy that we've unfortunately for him
Yeah.
caught on camera.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be not too different from the norm as of right now. He's trying to keep Kato behind as they fight for P2 now.
Kado right behind him. Eurus still not into the lane, nor is Suicide. And of course, the DNF driver of Isto, the only drivers to have not made a pit stop so far in the feature. Suicide
Shame.
moves to one
Ooh.
side, lets Kado and Kraft right through Chevrolet, and
Might
Kado
be
now
trouble for
fighting.
Suicide actually, because he's currently out. He's currently the lowest ranked driver who hasn't stopped, so he might get undercut by a lot of the drivers who are looking to edge into the points.
But he did get a gap behind him. That's the crucial part. So he's only out
that
in
is a-
ninth position.
Yeah, there is a fairly big gap between Suicide and Kiato, who is only in 11th now. He's going to have a lot of work to do if he's going to get back into the points.
A man with great success in Journeyman League, not being able to transfer it to Challenger League to the highest degree just yet, but he's definitely rising up the ranks, and it's Juan up the inside. Lovely little move there on the
Ooh.
soft compound tyre, actually. He's going to have to try and stick it around the outside here, and he does.
Around the
Great
outside, he
racing.
does it. Wow, nice.
Jesus.
Oh,
Right,
Gwetsley.
back to fight over P2. What's Gwetsley been doing? Oh, he's down in 7th position.
An
Rozim.
exchange of errors. Rozim into the sand, Gwetsley past Rozim. Gwetsley into the sand, Rozim past Gwetsley. Rozim into the grass, Gwetsley past Rozim.
Blimey. That's quite something.
The biggest thing between those two as well is that they're really giving the medium tyre runners in front of them a bit of a gap as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll do a quick tyre rundown just for the moment. Kubo out in the lead. It doesn't really matter what tyres he's on because he's got a pit stop behind him, but he is on hards that are starting to wear. Kado on slightly more worn mediums. Chevrolet on even more worn mediums, significantly more so than Kado's, and that's why he's in this lap. Then Kraft behind on mediums that will do a few more laps. Kado on, those mediums. Chevrolet was in. Gwetsley on hards that definitely have a bit of life left of them, as is Rozim, and Eurus even better yet. So Suicide and Andrews clearly had a coming together there. The Pro and Ford Kit Kat drivers dueling currently over 9th position. Andrews on softs. They're in pretty decent nick. Suicide behind on slightly fresher hard compound tyres. He no doubt stopped a little bit earlier. Kiato, then Juan, Mati, and Tomatoes, Krunk, and Wojtek, and then Isto. DNF. That's going to be a concern for the British Aero Racing team, who didn't change their driver lineup for this season. They're gonna need to take some good points with their new engine, perhaps.
It's in between
sort of
Eurus
stay
and
back in.
Rozim again. Rozim taking the worst of it. He's had a very, very rough day.
Poor man, the man who seemingly doesn't know quite who Danimator is. He might need to be reminded by watching a few of his performances, because it's not been a good one for him so far today. Eurus right ahead of him. Well, not right, it's about a second between them. Then Kraft just out the pit lane. Will he get out ahead of Eurus? He's going to try and block him off into turn 1. Eurus might duck underneath. He's going to try it. Can't manage it. Kraft takes a bit of grass. Eurus might get the outside coming into 4. This would be a really risky move. Just
Ooh,
about
very
6
tight.
to take the gravel. Jesus Christ.
Okay. But both drivers staying on track as well, not
Really
losing out
inviting.
too much time.
They're respectful drivers. They're teammates in Ultimate Leagues. They need to not fight too much here for risk of argument. Oh, I think there was a little bit of lag there. Kada, I definitely slowed down on the back straight, and he's into the lane now, and he's going to be passed by Gwetzley for 4th position. Ahead is Kado and
Shadow
Chevrolet.
only just making that pit now, behind Chevrolet, who undercut him. Big gap to Kubo though, like almost unattainable at this point. Smooth sailing the Riker Auto Man as he goes in for the softs.
Yeah, I think Kubo could probably do a donut in the pit lane if he wanted to and still come out ahead. He's really built a good gap here. Chevrolet and Kado. Oh, I think it's Chevy just letting him through for the time being. Their goal is no doubt, with Kado on fresher tyres as well, Chevy's goal is going to be to slip him. And I have no doubt in my mind that this is to secure them both 2nd and 3rd position, whatever order it might be. And that Kubo's lead looks unattainable, and he's taking the softs, which would indicate that he's just going to get faster from here. He was commenting mid-week that he strongly disliked the track. He seems to be doing not too badly for himself in Challenger League, but obviously Ultimate League, he's a title contender, and big rumours pretty much confirmed by Nomsky himself that the retired driver will be back for another hurrah around the Sepang International Circuit today, so that will hopefully kick off their title campaign in a good way. What's up, Kilvin?
So another note is that
P4,
Kubo's
5,
gone
6.
onto this. Yeah.
P4, 5, 6 has been a ding-dong battle for the last 3 laps. Kraft, Eurus, and Gwetzley.
Eurus defending hard to the inside. We've seen that. I've seen that before in Malaysia. And
Didn't make
Gwetzley.
it look too messy that time though.
Yeah, that was cleaner, definitely. Razim's still just behind them, and he's on almost identical tyres. Eurus a little fresher than the both of them, but he should be catching up to them. Eurus makes a mistake there, and this might allow Razim back into the game. He's about a second back on the pair, 0.99 as we got the last reading on the timing screens. Gwetzley might try and get a good run at the final corner. Eurus blocks to the inside. Gwetzley might go to the outside at the hairpin. He's nearly in the gravel, but he goes into the pit lane anyways, and Razim in behind him as well.
Interesting. And that fighting really gave Kraft a
it's
bit of a
lag
gap
again.
as well. Oh no.
Bike
Another bit of a lag storm. Oh, and we're back. Quetz has
We're
made a
back again.
big mistake just coming out of the lane and straight into the turn 1 grass.
No doubt that he was hit by a flying car there, I'm sure. And that was Kyato that time.
Kyato
we've had-
out after a... Yeah, just not the opening weekend he was hoping for,
No, not
unfortunately.
at all. You do feel bad for him. It was not going his way in the race, and I think that disconnect for the man from Catalonia is really the nail in the coffin here today. Kubo, meanwhile, is leading by 10 seconds. Verstappen-esque at the minute.
And he has taken the fastest lap. That's what I was thinking he was doing with that softs pick. 29.08 is going to be very difficult to beat unless someone else tries to snatch it from him.
With a bit of slipstream potentially, but that is a qualifying lap time. You'd reckon that'll be mid-pack in a Ultimate League later on today for sure.
Oh,
So to put that in
perhaps.
a race, not too bad. Right, what do you think the podium's going to be come the end of the day? Because we've got differing strategies. We've got Eurus who's stopped once, a couple positions behind. We've got Chevrolet stopping 3 times, and Mart in 10th stopping 4.
And Chevrolet only just pit for those mediums, and he's hoping those mediums can take him to the end of the race, and also potentially undercut Kato once again. As we see, Kraft ends up in the pit lane this time around. I'm expecting Eurus to try and make his last stop into softs as well. Maybe stretch those hards, maybe 1 or 2 more laps. It could be a really tight finish overall for P2, potentially P4 as well with Kraft. And this could be big now that Kata's making those mistakes. Chevrolet passed. Can Kraft get past too as Kata's tyres are really worn now?
I don't doubt it. I think he'll probably be in regardless. Yeah, just slides in. That's not the
there you
nicest
go.
entry for him either. Eurus and Kado into
Interesting.
the pit lane.
We'll see what Kato can do on the soft tyres though against both Kraft and Chevy as they fight for P2.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chevy just ahead of them at the moment. Kado behind. And we'll do the quick tyre rundown. Kubo recently came in. Chevrolet for the mediums. Graf for the mediums, Kado for the softs. So differing strategies here today. Guetzi's going to try and take the hards to the end. Stopped a couple laps ago. Kronk just pinging around in the background there. Rozim on the same strategy, and Eurus behind on the softs. Kado will be disappointed with how his race has sort of crumbled here, because he was running definitely up in the pack earlier on, the front pack, and now it's gone down for him. He was a pit stop behind those who he was fighting for position earlier. And that is not quite what he'd want. So we've got a prediction for a Kubo podium today in UL from Grandy, the two-time Challenger League world champion. Could be a pretty hot advice from the man who's taken a podium 3 times. Meanwhile, two men who have got the same letters starting their name. That was a good commentary line. Kraf and Chevrolet. Fighting over second and third, not fighting quite yet, but Chevy looks to have made a huge mistake through the S's. Kraf might try the outside. He tries the outside at the Marion corner, and he does get through, and that's a really, really, really nice overtake. That's very nicely set up from the Finn. Not too bad at all.
We'll see how much Chevrolet fights this, because any sort of fighting will bring Kato into the battle too. Big punt there.
Pings him off the circuit. Kado and Guetzli into this fight, and it's going to be a 4, well, probably not 5, definitely 4-car fight for second place if Kado can keep it together, but he doesn't. He takes the grass there. Guetzli right behind him, the RMC driver and the Porsche Racing Organisation driver. Right up to the back of Kraft now. Chevrolet might have just been gifted the podium. These drivers coming around to embark on the back straight. Meanwhile, the leader Kubo is already in the middle sector of the third to last tour of the circuit. Chevrolet has been pinging. Oh, it's nearly a big moment there in the final corner. Free wide into turn 1. Guetzli backs out. He's going to try and duck underneath. Kado takes a bit of grasp, but he'll be able to defend. It's soft, medium, hard in that order. The Frenchman leads the Finn, leads the Swissman, and they're all going to try and just jostle for position. Kado makes a mistake. Kraft goes through. Guetzli might try it as well. Kado back through on Kraft, potentially coming into the penultimate corner of the circuit. Guetzli might try it up the inside of the Finn, and he does. Guetzli into 4th position. 3 wide, nearly into the final corner. Kraft defends hard. Guetzli ducks underneath him. Kado through, still ahead of them. And Kubo all the while really enjoying this. Chevrolet massively benefiting from the fact that they're not fighting him. Kubo coming to start the final lap of the Challenger League feature race. Chevrolet looking good for a second position here. It's Kado right behind. It's Kraft and Guetzli still separated by very little. Rozim, then Eurus and Kado chasing him down. Andrews and Suicide, but all eyes go to the fight for the podium. Kraft and Guetzli for 4th, side by side into the last corner. This can't end well. Guetzli has to back out. One final lap as Kubo makes his way towards the very end of it. Chevrolet in second place still. Kubo up to the final corner. Will follow on board with him just for now, because Kubo in dominant fashion by 16 seconds will win the feature race here in Malaysia. Chevrolet still in second place. Suicide is going to